Welcome to ECNTRADE Daily Video. Before we begin, it should be noted that any advice is of a general nature only and that your personal circumstances have not been taken into consideration.
Hello everyone, my name is Rob Clayton and thank you for joining me. Well, wrapping the week up, the Australian dollar once again took a stab to the upside but didn't close above the 77.95 level after posting an intraday high of 78.04. From the retreat, still questions the market in terms of the bearish sentiment, and therefore if the MACD continues to hold negative along with the RSI breaking down, I do anticipate that the price action will eventually fall away from the 78 handle and look back towards this bottom side of the range around 76.60, with the base still holding roughly around 75 cents. Let's see if the market into the European session does stage a further down test. Now, the US dollar, which measures the greenback strength against a basket of 6 major currencies, was a little bit weaker after US Jerome Powell, Fed chairman, was a little bit more dovish to his statement after saying that they don't see any hikes in terms of raising rates in the near term or longer term future. And that did put a little bit of a shake on the greenback. Nevertheless, the market did recover slightly after Joe Biden announced his stimulus package. So after all, the market still, from a technical point, I believe for the Australian dollar, is somewhat weak. And looking at the euro, still holds to a negative stance since break of 122.25. I still feel in the pattern that we are seeing is that the MACD as well as the RSI is negative, and the downside call since the break of 122.25 is still and remains at 120 to 120.35, and that's where I feel the profit taking will probably come back into play. This downtrend that holds for dollar yen, as you can see here, for some time, and it goes back to at least mid last year, is still providing a cap for the bears. The reason why I say that is overnight we saw yet another challenge at the 104 resistance and was rejected again, and now put in a bit of a dampener on the fact that the RSI is nearly through the midway point. MACD still bullish. So it now depends on whether we see a break of 103.40 or if we see a break above 104.35 to 60. I have allowed a little bit of slippage just in case we get a false break, because there are a few stabs all the way through to the top side on this trend. So as long as we don't get a break above 104.65, then I do anticipate a further down test given by the RSI. A break above 104.65 would give it room for a rise up to 106, however. Sterling still holding a neutral view. The reason behind that, we've had two bearish outside range days and even a gravestone at doji, and the market still managed to rebound off 135, but still a little bit hesitant towards this 137. As long as we don't get a break above 137.45.65, then I would say at present the bulls are limited to the upside, and we should see a downturn that is back to 135 and reassess. And if that's the case, then we should find that upside limited for sterling yen, and anywhere from 142 around 50.60, I do anticipate a possible rejection. We are overheating on the ADX and also overbought. So let's see if the market does turn down. And also with the gravestone or slightly to a shooting star does give some concern as well. But let's see if the bears have got it in them to take the market lower. Since the $89 drop last Friday, gold has not been able to recover, and it is still posing a threat to taking out the level of 1,820. If we do see that, then that would expose the region back to 1,765. However, we do see a break above 1,868.78 that would ignite and move back to 1,900. But at present, it still looks like to me, as with technicals are sort of a little bit mixed on the RSI, but the MACD is negative, that the risk still possibly holds towards that support level of 1,820. Finishing up with oil, well, the market is getting very close to that target of $54.40-45, but clearly seeing divergence from the RSI does suggest that we could see a rejection from there and look back towards the 49 region. Well, that wraps it for today. Thank you very much for joining me, and as always, look out for the intraday report. I hope you enjoy the great start to the day and also to the weekend.